I mean, at this point, is it even a secret? If you watch my channel, you already know my love and affinity and respect for Memo's African leather. One of the most astounding leather fragrances that I've ever encountered. Is it the absolute best leather fragrance in the world? I don't know. Do I love it? I love it beyond belief. Gorgeous scent profile, completely unique from anything else in my collection, completely unique from anything else that I've smelled, and the rich cardamom Middle Eastern vibes off of this joint, including this gorgeously butter leather. This is one of these fragrances that are in my top 5 best leather in my collection, if not top 3. But of course, like all fragrances, especially nowadays, it has to get ripped, cloned, copied, inspired. And of course, Maison Alhambra, aka Lattafa, did so with a interesting name, to say the least. Let's roll my motherfucking music so I can put you onto Afro leather.
We're all alone, yeah, for some friends from the south side. In case you cared, out of all your friends, I wanna be Cuba.
Blessing morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the V to the A. You heard it right. Afro leather. Afro leather? This would be a fragrance title that be shown in Coming to America, the original, after the Soul Glow commercial. Afro leather. African leather. Afro leather. Okay? So I haven't smelled this particular fragrance. I copped this one off of eBay and definitely took inspiration from the original African leather and kept it Afro. So here's the 2-1. Now this leopard, this concrete leopard, this leopard with leprosy, yeah, it takes definite inspiration. Oh, nice sturdy top. I mean, clearly by presentation we know that what it's a clone of. If you're familiar with the scent profile African leather, just wanna do Afro leather. Come with a wave cap. Let's give this joint a shot to see if it's a decent alternative to the gorgeous, the king Memo African leather for a fraction of the price. Let's hope, because Maison Alhambra has been hit or miss lately. For me, lately it's been kind of more on the missing aspect, but today could be different. It's actually pretty good. Definitely has a bright cardamom action. Similar smooth leather. Wow, this is very good actually. At least on test strip, pretty freaking good. You get that cumin aspect. Yeah, the cumin aspect is really coming up. You get the leather, you get saffron, you get citrus, a little bit of a red floral action. This is nice. Wow. It's comparable. It's in the space for sure. Wow, this was a good one. Okay, I hate the name, trash, but the fragrance. Oh, let's try this joint on skin. Wow, okay. Listen, I'm not mad at this joint at all right now. I'm curious to see what other people think of this scent profile, if they've already tried it. Again, I don't watch anybody. Ooh, the cumin really pops off my forearm crazy though. That is a strong cumin note. Ooh, it's definitely different off of the skin. On paper, it's a lot more inviting and sexy on the opening. Off my skin, the first thing that pops off is a strong cumin-y, slight BO kind of note. I don't think it's gonna last, but it's very prevalent. So it's, oof, yeah, it's really strong. It's a strong cumin, saffron, really like a harsh amount of black pepper. It is reducing a good amount. And that cumin, as it reduces, what it brings up is that leathery note. The leather note is coming up, also still with that harshest black pepper. The saffron is still very prevalent. You still get that floral component, that light red floral component, and a little bit more oud body is coming up off the skin. So it starts off my skin, sharp, kind of BO-ish cumin, followed by supple leathery nuances. That saffron is still very prevalent. It's still got that floral component, but now we're getting some oud action. It doesn't actually smell cheap off the skin. It's an elegant scent profile, but what I am gathering is that it smells more like Memo African leather on the test strip than it does off of my skin. So if I go Memo African leather on the other side, I'm so familiar with the fragrance that the openings are drastically different off my skin. On paper, the scent profile is really close. On skin, I mean, Memo African leather is just fucking gorgeous. It doesn't open with that harsh cumin. It's straight butter soft leather, saffron, no real sharp peppery vibes off of it. More of like a leather, oudy, soft, wearable, slightly earthy with some creamy nuance, suede-ish combination off of my skin from the original African leather. The other one seems to be focusing on those really heavy and dense notes to, I guess, provide that longevity and that scent profile. And maybe on the full dry down, it'll start to marry more into that African leather space. It's quite distinctively different off of my skin. On paper though, it was really close. It was like in that same, like you spotted it real quick. If you know African leather, you know that this is what it's mimicking. Let's give it a couple of minutes on full dry down. I'll be right back. Leather. All right, we got full dry down action on both. Let me go with the original African leather. Fucking drives me crazy. All right, let's go with the Afro leather. In the same vein, I get where they're going. I get what they were trying to do. They didn't succeed in making an exact clone. It's definitely an alternative that has kind of the same scent profile, just kind of not matched up at same points as the original African leather, which is kind of what a lot of clones tend to happen. Like it's in the bubble, it's in the space, but it's not 100%. Is it a decent alternative? I think it's one of the very few alternatives that are out there for Memo African leather. So therefore, yes, it is a very good alternative, especially for the price point, since Memo African leathers are at least $200, $250 in that bubble, potentially cheaper if you shop it around. But this one being in the $40, $50 some odd dollar space, you're saving a significant amount of money. So African leather, although it's not a full-blown clone, bars.
That boy is good.
Good and terrible.
Of Memo African leather, and the name is just atrocious, I still give it a full ball spray. I actually like it. I would definitely wear it, 100%. Yeah, it's a fun fragrance. It's what I expect from Maison Alhambra Latafa brand to produce, not the junk that they've been producing, or at least that I've been smelling lately. So yeah, full ball spray for sure. It's nice from a distance. Good alternative. Seems to have good performance, good body. The notes don't smell cheap. A very fun and playful fragrance for those African leather fans. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. Is this your type of vibe? Are you a fan of Memo's African leather? And would you get this alternative to save you a little bit of bread? I'll see y'all snitches next time. You know who it is. Biggest in the game. Smooches.
What's fresh? Who's best? One of them's gonna pass the test. Cubaknow.
For the fly gun holder, money folder, molar roller, start attack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.